Hi, third grade scientists. Welcome back. For Monday, the May 10th, we're going to be working on reviewing hibernation and migration. You may open your science book to page 530 as we review hibernation. Remember, animals may hibernate in the winter and go into a deep sleep. And in this sleeping state, their bodies will slow down and their heart rate will slow down, and they rest during the winter, and then they come out of their den later in the spring at their normal breathing and heart rate. So hibernation is an adaptation. If we look at the next page, we have some other examples of hibernation. Some plants will hibernate, or basically, instead of hibernate, they go dormant. The plant will stop growing for a period of time and then will regrow later in the year, in the springtime. Other animals that hibernate could be snakes and bats. You'll review on page 532 migration. Lots of animals, especially this time of year, birds migrate. Birds will travel long distances from one place to another. Also, whales and other fish will migrate. Salmon migrate in order to reproduce. Whales also migrate in the ocean to go to their feeding areas and the areas for mating to reproduce. Here's some examples of migration. Migration path is learned. A lot of animals have this instinctive behavior to migrate. They know where to migrate, or they learn from the other animals where to migrate and when to migrate. In the winter, the land freezes over the Arctic tundra. The swans fly to the warmer southern areas. When the weather warms up, the swans return to the Arctic, and they mate and wait for their eggs to hatch. So all of us have seen birds in the air migrate to other places. On the following page, you have a map that shows a migration. Some animals will use the sun and stars to find their way during migration. That is an instinct. And scientists don't even know how animals have this instinct. They just know where to travel. For example, monarch butterflies will travel all the way from southern Mexico to northern Canada, and no one tells them how to do it. They just instinctively know where to go. So here's a map of the gray whale's migration. And it shows the whales up here in Alaska. They migrate down the Pacific Ocean toward Mexico. This is their migration route. As you study migration and hibernation, you can also watch the Brain Pop videos titled Migration and Hibernation. And you may begin working on your book about adaptations, hibernation, and migration, which I'll explain in more in depth on the next video.